YouTube, we are back with the second match in the first elimination phase between Coalition Francophone and Joint Task Force. Tonight, Coalition Francophone is going on the attack against Joint Task Force. All Coalition Francophone have to do tonight is take one cap and they guarantee their placement into the semi-finals because they didn't lose a single cap on the defense last week against Joint Task Force. As usual, I'll spend the first 30 seconds just making sure everyone is on the right team. If you're watching on YouTube, as always, please remember to like and subscribe. If you are watching on YouTube, it helps the video, it helps grow Scriptum community and all that good stuff. So please remember to like and subscribe the video. Okay, players are slowly starting to join, as always. You can see them jumping into squads. Joint Task Force is on the defense. If Joint Task Force manage to hold, they don't lose a single cap. It will go down to a ticket decider. It's going to be a very, very close game, this. All Coalition Francophone have to do is take that first cap. Once Coalition Francophone take that first cap, they know they've got their place into the semi-finals. And the game is underway. Coalition Francophone wasting no time. The starting phase is over. We can see Joint Task Force, a lot of infantry spreading out around the cap as much as possible, trying to create a perimeter. Coalition Francophone rushing out straight away. They've got 1-2 tanks in tow. MSPs, Logi trucks heading in multiple directions. We've got a motorbike with canopy going straight out. Going in the tree line. Very unusual seating position on that bike. Tank-wise for Coalition Francophone, what do we have? We have a P2 and a P38. Very good infantry tanks at the beginning. That's going to allow them to get a bunch of infantry kills and support their infantry. And you can see that Commander Car has dropped off 2 squad leaders for Coalition Francophone on the attack. They're going for a very fast frontal assault with a big wave of infantry and that P2 and P38 in support. Joint Task Force on the defense. They've got squads going out into the south, trying to cover the hill lines to make sure they don't get flanked from the south. They've got a firing line set up around the north side of the camp, going through the tree lines as well. Can they hold out until their own tanks arrive? When a B1 or a Matilda arrives, that can really help the defenders here. The infantry are completely on their own now, though. If the infantry can't hold out until their tanks can arrive on the defense, that is going to be a GG here. You can see Coalition Francophone wasting no time at all. We spoke about this at the very beginning in the pre-match talks. Coalition Francophone want to get this cap as fast as possible. They know it is a time-gated cap. The faster they can get on this cap, the easier it's going to be for them. If they take longer and longer, that just means the French tanks are going to arrive, and that's going to make it harder and harder. If we look on the map, you can see the French tanks haven't even got past the first cap on defense yet, and Coalition Francophone is starting to break through the infantry defense line. You can see the P38 has drove straight onto the cap, getting behind the defenders' infantry here. We've got, who is it? We've got Lucky Shot and Edmund. Driving right over a rally there. James Jeffer doing a, you know, keeping his heads down best he can. That P38 going straight over his slugs. And Coalition Francophone have got a good attack going on here. They are starting to neutralize the type. You can see Polaroids is actually on the cap there, beginning the neutralizing process. You can see Coalition Francophone are just lacking one person. They're having one person struggling to join the server. So we started with one person less because there's that one person who is struggling to get onto the server. Is this a... What a place for an 88mm gun. Look at the placement for this 88. Right on the edge of the map. It is allowed in the rules. It is outside the red zone. That 88 allows them to have any and all possibility to deal with any French tanks that might arrive. But I don't think it's going to matter because the Coalition Francophone have already neutralized the first cap here. You can see the red tidal wave of infantry supported by those light German tanks already neutralizing the cap. They've got their commander to speed it up. Joint Task Force have no bodies on the cap nearby to deal with this, and Coalition Francophone is going to take this first cap in that Blitzkrieg-esque style of gameplay that we mentioned, and that is the advantage the Germans get on this map. If they take that, that does guarantee Coalition Francophone will be going through, and Ben gets absolutely annihilated there by an ATR rifle. Is Curry there? Curry. Well, Ben is no more. He's just a a slab of meat. And the cap has been taken. Boys de Villas has fallen to Coalition Francophone. So, if my calculations are correct, that means Coalition Francophone are going to be going through to the semi-finals, where they're going to be waiting to fight one of the opponents, either Rusty 40, Dream Team, Joint Task Force again, or La Band of Frenchies. Those are the 4 teams who are going to be fighting in the losers bracket for a chance to get to the semi-finals. Other teams in the semi-finals already is KGK, Camp Group Kemp. They've already made it to the semi-finals after beating Rusty 40 in the round 1 elimination phase. So we now have 2 confirmed teams in the semi-finals, those being Season 2 winners Coalition Francophone and returning Season 2 and Season 1 veterans Camp Group Kemp, also known as just KGK for short. See Joint Task Force here though, still on the defense. They've got their AT gun, the AT gun just not arriving in time, and that is the advantage the Germans have. If the Germans can break through that initial defense in terms of infantry on that first cap, that basically means they're going to get that first cap. The advantage the Germans have on this layer, on this map, is speed at the very beginning. They have to capitalize before the French arsenals of vehicles can arrive. That also includes their MSPs as well to act as a support. You can see the B1 has arrived on scene. Oh, 2 B1s, in fact. And these B1s are going to be so hard for Coalition Francophone to deal with. These B1s, the best way to deal with these B1s is either commander assets or just to suicide charge them with Pioneers and AT mines. Obviously, you only get 1 AT mine kit, and that is a Logi crewman, but you can also take them out with Pioneers. HE satchel explosive from Sappers and Pioneers do damage. See, Pixtex over here and Vigga have found one of the French defender MSPs, so that is 1 more spawn location gone down for JTF. JTF on the back foot. You can see Coalition Francophone already pressing in heavy here, pushing in along the western side. This is such a fast game, and this is how Coalition Francophone like to play. We mentioned it in the pre-match talks. They are very much about speed, efficiency, and velocity. They like momentum. Once you get caught on the back foot, they're not going to relent. They're going to keep pressing and pressing and pressing. It's very hard to break the Coalition Francophone attack style in terms of just their all-out speed and ferocity. Got Canna Peach with that motorbike there. I'm interested to know what Canna Peach actually is. It seems he's been tasked to use the motorbike. We're just going to stick with Canna Peach. I want to know what tactic they've got going on here. What class is Canna Peach playing? Usually the motorbike or a fast transport vehicle will go to logistics AT miner or a anti-tank kit or a Pioneer, so they can get behind enemy lines quickly to take out tanks and FOBs. He is actually an MG gunner. So we've got 2 MG gunners here. We've got Black Sheep and Canna Peach. They took a fire there by Dagenhart. Dagenhart taking a shot at them. He's hiding inside that building best he can. Ooh, and just missing the shot there on Black Sheep, who sprays him down close range for that MG34. Artillery and smokes are being called down onto the cap. I imagine that's Coalition Francophone artillery. And you can see this B1 already below half health. This is going to be down to about 20% health. It's going to have to go and get repaired now. If that B1 goes down, that is a huge asset loss. Speaking of B1, where is the second B1? I only see 1 B1 close. The other B1, it looks like maybe going for a wide flank, or is this a different tank completely? No, it is actually a Hotchkiss. So we've got 3 tanks coming out for a joint task force. We saw 2 B1s, but I can only see 1 now. So my assumption is the other B1 maybe got destroyed at some point. You can actually see 1 B1 has been completely disarmed. I don't know what happened with GTF with this B1, but its crew have been killed. It looks like Spectre got out, got hit by the mortars, and now that B1 has been completely abandoned. Here is the second B1. I did spot it. It's getting stuck in the hillsides a little bit. Obviously, the French tanks don't have great mobility. That's another disadvantage of the French tanks. They're slow, and they're not very powerful in terms of engine. You can actually see that B1 got hit by an artillery barrageman then. 2 artillery rounds landed right next to it, taking that B1 down to a half health. So both French B1s are incredibly low on health at this point. You've got the first B1 is down to about 20% health. The other B1's on about 30 to 40% health. Both those B1s in a very bad state. In Francophone doing a big infantry push here in the north. You can see this red tidal wave pushing in from the north, slowly collapsing down. You've got the German tank a little further back, trying to flank around as well. JTF need to get a repair crane up for these B1s on the front lines. You can see Coalition Francophone also encircling round on the south side. JTF have been completely pushed out off the hillside here of the western side of the cap. And Coalition Francophone slowly starting to encircle, get behind enemy lines, taking down those MSPs and those defender rallies. See, a repair crane has been built. Spectre and Willis have managed to build a repair crane there. Their B1 has been healed up now. But look at this from Coalition Francophone. They are just chewing and cutting through the defensive lines here. They're just chewing through the defensive lines. A tank has been taken out as well. I'm not quite sure how this tank got destroyed, but it was the Hotchkiss that was flanking with Alec and Tybee. The Hotchkiss was flanking around. Oh, it might have been an 88 by Mr. Shim here. Might have taken out that Hotchkiss. Well-placed 88. Look at the placement of that 88. Very sneakily put. It's got defense behind the walls. It gives it complete firing range. If I just hide names, you see what a place for an 88. Allows it to counter any B1s. And maybe that's how the B1s actually took most of their damage from that well-placed 88 gun all the way in the north there. You see, Coalition Francophone have actually got infantry on cap at this point. Second artillery barrage landed straight on this B1. This B1's down to about 30% health again. Didn't quite go down. Still alive, but once again, it's going to have to get repaired. Artillery coming down on the cap as well. Noman and Black Sheep go down. Oh, is the B1 going to back into it? The B1 back into the artillery barrageman. I think initially the B1 got hit by friendly artillery and then it refers into coalition artillery. So that is one B1's being destroyed. One of the land ships taken out. And look at the infantry pushing in straight. Once that B1's got taken out, look at the infantry pushing forward from Coalition Francophone. That blockade has been dealt with, allowing for the infantry to pour straight in from cap. Also coming in from the south side as well, breaking down the hillside where they encircled and flanked around. The second cap is going to fall to Coalition Francophone here. Time on board, just about 50 minutes, plenty of time, and JTF is on the ropes here in terms of infantry on defense. They're going to be looting this first cap. They've got one B1 alive. Is this B1 going to be enough? I think this B1 might be a little bit scared to push forward at this point to get it stuck in with that infantry in case a suicide or a pioneer comes and takes it out. Coalition Francophone just pouring forward. It looks like they've also got the order just to continue. They've got their commander on the cap. So they're telling the rest of their infantry with squad 8 here below. You can see a radio man, squad leader, and medic pushing forward here, moving on to the next cap already. They know they're securing the second cap. They don't want to throw too many bodies on it. They're going to start pushing forward onto the next one. Smoke's coming down. The cap has been neutralized. Smoke's called onto the cap. I imagine that's Coalition Francophone smokes just defending the ones camping there. Artillery, that is going to be JTF artillery, I imagine. One kill. Unfortunately, not many kills there. And CFR, Coalition Francophone, are going to keep neutralizing that cap. And we're going to move on to zone. A big kill here as these smokes and mortars land exactly where a bundle of JTF defenders are gathered together. You can see there's actually an MSP on the road there with a B1 nearby. That MSP is going to have to be moved very soon because it's going to be caught in the red zone and it's going to be right at the front lines. So they're going to have to save that MSP, get it behind enemy lines. Same with this B1. This B1 can either go out in a blaze of glory or it has to retreat and get into the third cap. You can see Coalition Francophone wasting no time at all here. They already have infantry trying to flank behind the third cap, trying to find those MSPs, trying to find those defender rallies, cut off the reinforcements, and not give JTF any time on the defensive. Second cap still is slowly being capped. There's got 2 infantry on it. You can see Charles, Boromir and Agamove on it. I can hear the tanks below me. The B1. The B1's actually going on the hunt. The second cap has been taken, so that is 2 caps in the hand of Collision Francophone now. Oh, that's very unfortunate. You can actually see the French AT gun, such a powerful tool to use, has actually been captured by the Germans. Very wise by Collision Francophone here. They don't want to destroy this vehicle. They want to keep it alive. The longer they keep this alive, that is a valuable asset that the defenders have lost here. That gun is the best gun the French can actually deploy. It's more powerful than any of the tanks. It can destroy every German tank very easily. So Coach Francophone being very wise by not destroying that asset there, instead of keeping it trapped behind enemy lines. So that means JTF lose a valuable defensive weapon. JTF now spawning on the 3rd cap. You can see that MSP in the red zone. Like I said, that MSP needs to be saved now. And JTF already having a lot of issues on the defense here. Spawning onto stone. You can see a battle on either side of the road here. Coalition Francophone, the red on the left, blue on the right. Coalition Francophone starting to win the fight, though. Starting to cross the road. Sergeant Lucas pushed forward here, gets honorable, and he also gets Flavian. They go down. He's holding the line. Squad leader for a moment, but he gets sprayed down by Black Sheep with that MG. Hiding in the bushes there. Coalition Francophone doing a good job pressing the defenders here, not giving them any time to spawn, set up a defensive perimeter. A lot of JTF infantry have to fall back. You can see all of Coalition Francophone have basically abandoned the north. And speaking of abandoning the north, you can see them over there. MSP has been dropped over there onto the east. MSP has been dropped over there onto the east, and you can see the next red tidal wave is coming in. Kiko Master, Canna Peach, Boromir, Kio's Coin, Menu, Goths, Cells, Grono, Andreas, and Charles with that MSP on the east. They're going to be flanking around, going up the defensive hill here. They're going to be flanking around this hill here, getting behind enemy lines. So that means JTF are going to be pressed on both left and right, east and west, sandwiched into the middle. See a lot of JTF infantry still stuck forward here. You can see that B1 is starting to retreat. B1 is starting to retreat. The JTF infantry really need to grab the MSP if they haven't already. They have the MSP is being moved. They're going to be behind enemy lines. So can JTF dig in a little bit now? You can see Coalition Francophone doing such a good job here, though. They're not allowing the defenders any opportunities to mobilize on defense at all. They're on that hard spawn. They're camping it. They're not allowing the defenders to spawn, to allow them to create a perimeter, to get strongholds in the buildings. Coalition Francophone already pushing into the town here, causing havoc. You can see all those red names pouring in from the east. There is no defense set up here on the east side for JTF either. They're all distracted by that push that came in from the south, sorry, this is coming in from, I'm getting my directions mixed up. See this B1. Will this B1 spot any of the infantry here and be able to call out to his team, hey, we've got another big push coming in from the eastern side? Look at Coalition Francophone. They're hiding behind the bushes. They don't want to give the game away here. This B1 completely unaware. Coalition Francophone doing a good job hiding behind the bushes, hiding behind the trees. They don't want to give their position away. They're going to allow this B1 just to drive straight through. Boromir. Did Coin give it away? Coin had his head up. Did he give away the position? Boromir was laid down. You can see Goth's Kiko Menu here. They're flanking in as well. That AT truck is actually under fire. AT truck again shot at. Is very low on health now. Tofu, the hunter, needs to drive through some infantry. You can see Canna trying to kill the driver. Canna mow down. Tofu hunter, you don't give a damn. He's out of there. JTF weathered the storm on the southwestern side. They've held out for now. They also have additional tank support arriving with the Matilda. They weathered the attack on the south side. Ludovic there might spot the rally. Ooh, he spotted it, but he got killed at the same time by Mongo. So just unfortunate for him. There. JTF weathered that initial assault, but you can see the next wave is already coming in on the eastern side here. Big infantry wave. If I just look at the map, look at this coming in now. JTF have been so distracted by the southwestern pushes that they've completely left the eastern approach open, and Coalition Francophone knew they would do that. They're capitalizing as fast as possible, and they're jumping straight in. You can see the tanks are pushing forward now. Lucky Shot pushing forward with a tank. What tank is that? Let's just take a little look. It is a P-38. The P-38 is still live from earlier on. So the P-38 is rushing in. JTF, they've got their mortars down. They're trying to put some mortar kills down. You see that B1 on the main road now. Has he turned around? I think he's looking towards the east now. He is. Getting a few shots down range, no kills yet. A little bit of splash damage on Move there. Move takes a HE close to him. Coalition Francophone still have that presence here, though, on the southwestern side, and this is going to be hard. JTF are sandwiched now between two big infantry assaults supported with tanks. JTF need to mop up the western side here so then they can focus, build a perimeter, and weather the approach coming in from the east. You see Ludwig not giving up. He's probably trying to call out to his team where the rally is. He's keeping his body there. You can see JTF trying to get to that rally, doing their best. Coalition Francophone, their infantry is so strong. They play this game a lot. They have very strong infantry, very skilled infantry. It's so hard to win in a gunfight against them. P-38 and a P2. The same tanks from the very beginning. I don't believe the tanks died. I believe that's the same P2 and P-38 from the very beginning. You can see the B1 is pushing forward. The B1 maybe trying to deal with these tanks. Artillery coming in on cap. That'll be Coalition Francophone artillery trying to take out JTF on the defense. No real kills there. No real damage. B1 doing its laps. Trying to find those German tanks. Try and support the infantry as well while the best it can. Matilda on scene. Matilda and P-38. Ooh, Matilda missing a shot there on the P-38. Also trying to save the French MSP. You can see the MSP here for the French. They're trying to save it. The P-38 is actually going to take out the MSP. P-38. In a frontal fight with the Matilda. Matilda's going to win this. Second shot coming in with the B1. So B1 and Matilda trying to take out the P-38 now. The P-38 knows it needs to get out there. A bounce from the B1 on the P-38. So the P-38 knows it needs to get out there. Strangely enough, the P-38 actually has one of the best guns for the German tanks in Chapter 2. It's one of the best tank killing tanks for the Germans. All the other German tanks really don't have a turret, a cannon, however you want to call it, strong enough to take out the French tanks. Artillery, that is Coalition Francophone artillery. They're trying to take out that French MSP. They got it with the last round. 3 team kills in the process, and the last round managed to take it. Stone, meanwhile, has been neutralized by Coalition Francophone. That big infantry push that came in on the eastern side has neutralized. JTF doing a good job, though, with a counter push here. They've got infantry coming in from the north. They're clearing out the buildings one by one. Is it going to be enough, though? A big artillery barrage, got a bunch of kills there as well from Coalition Francophone. Is it going to be enough for JTF to get on the camp, though, and stop this neutralizing process? They still have no bodies on camp. Squad leader 5 with a MG and a medic and a radio man are still on the cap. JTF can hold this. Time on board, 50 minutes. Matilda's coming back, trying to support the cap. The B1 chased after the P-38. Is Musu going to be the one who drops a AT mine? No, he's just gonna... You know, he's just gonna chill. He's found himself a new... He's found himself a new ride. He's gonna be keeping eyes on that, I imagine, for his commander and his team to know the presence and whereabouts of that B1 to maybe get a Stuka dropped on it or coordinate a AT mine attack. Matilda arriving on scene. JTF getting bodies on cap. They have stopped the capturing process. Andreas Honnet is alive on the cap. So JTF holding out. They cleared out their attack, but look at Coalition Francophone here. They are still pushing in. They've got a squad breaking through the south defensive line of the town, slowly pushing forward. They're actually taking out a couple of rallies there, this Coalition Francophone squad. You can see Max, oh, he died on the inside. He didn't manage to take down the rally in time. Pixtex is going to be the next one to get in there. Pixtex, no defenders here to stop him. That rally is going to go down. Pixtex is already keeping it hot. You see the grenade going out there. Powers just not getting the kill on Pixtex in time, and MGGS there wrapping up the kill. Both teams at 40 players. That is what we would like to see. No one got stuck on the queue, so that's good. So JTF temporarily, they've managed to hold onto the cap. They're still under a lot of pressure as Coalition Francophone is getting prepared for the next assault. Tickets wise, Coalition Francophone has a large lead at this point, almost a 200 ticket lead. You can actually see they already have a squad on Village de Marx. They maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves there, thinking they had stone. They thought they had the third cap, and they're sorry, I was taking a little bit of drink there. My throat was starting to hurt. Getting a little bit ahead of themselves. They maybe thought they had the third cap, getting ready to jump on the fourth cap. And that speaks testaments to what I was saying about Coalition Francophone. They play with speed and ferocity. They won't give you time. Once the cap has been taken, they get onto the next cap as fast as they can. They don't like giving the defenders time. JTF doing a good job here on defense, trying to clear out the town. But look at this from Coalition Francophone. Every time JTF start to stabilize themselves, Coalition Francophone already has a squad pushing in to break through the defensive. Coalition Francophone already funneling bodies here. You can see these sneaky rallies here on the north side for JTF. Actually well placed. The north is the only part of the map where Coalition Francophone aren't attacking from. So having their rallies on the north side of the cap is good, but they are in a quite exposed position. And Coalition Francophone will quickly become aware of where the reinforcements are coming from. You can see the cap is slowly starting to be taken over by Coalition Francophone infantry. Again, we can see tanks, the B1, slowly starting to return to the battle. The Matilda is still doing its best to get kills on scene. We've got the French commander car going down. That's 10 tickets there. And tickets are slowly starting to bleed for JTF here. Time, 47 minutes. Plenty of time on the board. That's a lot of time. With the amount of tickets Coalition Francophone is getting here, they're either going to win on taking the caps or tickets at this rate. Artillery. One commander had a real grudge with Tofi. I don't understand what Tofi did wrong, but a personal artillery strike called on his head. JTF digging in the best they can, assaulted from all sides. I have to keep zooming out just to show you how fast Coalition Francophone are. The moment one attack is either broken or fails, they're immediately pushing in from a different angle with a different squad. That is how strong Coalition Francophone are. I knew that Stuka was going to be for this Matilda, and this Matilda just in the nick of time getting away with about 40% of its health. If it was 1 or 2 seconds slower, that would have been a Matilda going down. Coalition Francophone with more tanks arriving on scene. A P2 coming towards the infantry now. With a big infantry push coming in from the south. You can see Musu over here almost took out a rally for the defenders. Coalition Francophone doing a very strong show here, showing why they won Season 2 and why they were the favorites to take Season 3 as well. Look at this wave coming in again. The first attack was broken, but it doesn't matter. They've got the next wave coming in. And those rallies that I spoke about in the north, although they were good because it was the only area JTF had control of that wasn't being assaulted, it was very easy to see where the spawns were coming from. You can see one rally goes down there for JTF. The next rally, you can see Canopiche and Menu running along this hillside. They're going to find that one in no time. And I think this cap is going to fall soon. It's mostly controlled by Coalition Francophone. See, Splatter there. Is Splatter going to be... Oh no, Splatter just, you know, found himself a new tank. Squad leader, Splatter. You can remember he jumped out of the P-38 to help his infantry nearby. Still has no tank to ride in, so he's found himself a new tank. He's commandeered a French tank. Makes sense, you know? JTF have no one on the cap at this point, aside from the Matilda, and the Matilda's at 50% health, if not that. 40 to 50% health. See, Nomad with a HE. Deciding not to place... Oh, Splatter. Splatter, you know, not noticing the turret of the tank turned around. JTF still trying their best to hold onto this cap. You can see them trying to get infantry through one point. But Coalition Francophone, they keep getting behind enemy lines. They're taking out the rallies. They're taking out the MSPs. That means JTF have nowhere to spawn. And look at this from Coalition Francophone. They have this squad already placed on the 4th cap. So JTF can't even spawn safely onto the 4th cap. They can't even spawn safely onto the 4th cap. Meaning they have no way to get reinforcements onto cap. Coalition Francophone have full reign here. They're just mopping up anyone who's been trapped behind. You can see the Matilda being ordered to retreat. Artillery, I imagine this is, yep, JTF artillery. Trying to get any kills it can. No kills, unfortunately, so far for that. Well, there's 2. 3. 3 kills. I don't think it's going to be enough because, like I said, there is no way for JTF to reinforce this cap. They've got very limited defenders who are trapped behind enemy lines at this point. And the 3rd cap is going to fall with 57. And there it goes. It just got taken. 57 minutes on the board. Less than 300 tickets for JTF. Over 500 for Coalition Francophone. And you've got to say, Coalition Francophone again showing why they were victors of Season 2 and why they were top-seeded favorites for this as well. JTF under fire here. You can see, look at this mortars coming down for Coalition Francophone. Not only are mortars raining down onto the next cap already, that infantry that was there was delaying them. JTF managing slowly. There we go. JTF have managed to take over the 4th cap. But look at the red wave here for Coalition Francophone. They already have an FOB down to the south. They have one over there to the northwest. Just pouring forward. Not giving any time for the defenders at all here. See Knack here trying to save it to AD. Going to manage to save it at some point. Boromir taking a few pop shots at him. Really hard to kill the driver of this. Yeah, unfortunately for Knack, he drove into the wall. It's actually really hard to kill the driver of this. You have to get him in the side, because once he puts the window down, it makes it really hard to get him. You can see he's driving away there. Look at the mortars raining down. So anyone who is spawning on this cap now for JTF, they're getting hit by smokes, they're getting hit by HEs. Infantry already pushing forward. Very strong game. You can see JTF actually have their own mortars all the way just outside their main base. Let's just go have a look at the mortars from JTF just quickly. And you can see the FOB is already being built ready for the next cap as well. So this is something that all players can learn going into public lobbies as well. The most powerful mechanic in this game is spawn locations. If your team is good at getting those spawn locations up, If they're preparing for the next caps, if they get those flanking MSPs and get those flanking fobs up, that is always going to be the thing that leads you to victory. Get those forward spawns up, get them behind enemy lines, and always push with speed. Don't delay. If we want to go into this to win games, I'm going to upset a lot of people here. It's not about role-playing Band of Brothers. It's about playing the meta or the mechanics. And the best mechanic in this game is the ability to choose your spawn locations. A team that is good and quick and efficient on their MSPs and fob placements is the team that is always going to win. See a lot of Coalition Francophone infantry here trapped in the ditch as the Matilda overwatches nearby. Ben hoping that Bush would defend him. Got a second Hotchkiss pushing forward now. Hotchkiss and Matilda on scene. This is where JTF can start to consolidate themselves a little bit. The caps get a lot harder for the Germans at this point. The French are closer to their main base, meaning their tanks and their MSPs can arrive a lot quicker to keep those spawns up. And to defend the cap with the tanks, that AT truck can arrive quicker, the logic can get supplies to the cap quicker. It's going to get a lot harder from the Germans to here on. Not only that, but the cap is surrounded pretty much by open fields. So unlike before, where there's a lot of foliage, a lot of cover, with the hills and the forests, now Coalition Francophone have to push over open fields a lot more. Granted, there are ditches and hedge lines and fences they can hide behind. But it's not as easy as it was before. Coalition Francophone doing a big summon push here. You can see the commander working with his team to speed up the cap process. That's something we've enjoyed seeing in Season 3 as well. The commanders are actually working with their infantry now. Oh, artillery. The Matilda drove straight into its own artillery. And the Matilda goes down to friendly fire artillery. That is so unfortunate there. The strongest tank the French get in Chapter 2, the Matilda, and it goes down to friendly fire artillery. It did get a rally destroyed at the same time, but one rally isn't worth the Matilda. Very unfortunate miscommunications there. You can see the Matilda tried to drive away, but it just came in too late. Coalition Francophone have managed to break through with that big smoke barrage on the southeastern side here. Their commander on point, and like I was saying, something we've seen a lot more used this season is the commander working with his infantry. A lot of players don't realize that the commander speeds up the capping process by a tremendous amount. So having your commander on the cap, whether you're defending or attacking, speeds up the capture process of the capture point. You can see the P2 coming to support infantry as well now. Coalition Francophone know they're close to taking this cap. You know, not everything about Coalition Francophone is 100%. Some things they do need to work on. Open up that map. You can see Coalition Francophone have taken complete control of the south side of the Red Road. They basically control the south of the Red Road at this point. Artillery coming down. I imagine this is Coalition Francophone artillery. That was too soon to be JTF artillery. A little bit of a misfire there with the Cole FR artillery, I feel. But you can see, if we just open up the map and zoom out, Coalition Francophone have basically the control of the south side of the Red Road, the main road, where JTF control the north. So Coalition Francophone doing a great job at map control here. They've actually found a German MSP. Tofi finding a German MSP. I imagine he placed a HE, so it's going to be destroyed in a second. They don't care though. Coalition Francophone don't care about that MSP. They have other spawn locations, so the cap has been neutralized. They're not going to worry about saving one MSP when they already have two well-placed fobs. They've got their rallies up close, and they have another MSP. B1 very low on health. Again, I think the B1 got hit by artillery, so that B1 is going to have to retreat. And Coalition Francophone have. Ooh, they've started to lose it though. So JTF, if they can get their bodies on cap, they will retake this, but it's very close. It's in the balance at the moment. See the Hotchkiss coming in from the northern side of the road. Coin getting a kill on Evans Ross there as he tries to push in. More artillery caught on point. I imagine that is JTF artillery. Well placed artillery, actually. Getting a couple of kills there. Is it going to be enough, though? Especially with the P2 arriving on scene. Oh, the P2 getting a bunch of kills from JTF. If JTF have those northern rallies again, trying to flank Coalition Francophone on the counter-attack, that Hotchkiss can take out the P2. You can see the Hotchkiss is actually looking for the location of the P2. He can't see him, though, I don't think. The elevation to the land is just hiding the P2 from the Hotchkiss. JTF throwing bodies on point, but Coalition Francophone is getting bodies on point as well. This is a close-up of the cap right now, and my game crashed. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. It had to happen at some point, right? It had to happen at some point.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen.
It had to happen at some point. And, well, there it is. So, I'm jumping in as fast as I can. What can I say, man? That's the first time I've crashed halfway through a match. I've crashed at the end of the match, literally at the end of the match before. Never at that point. I'm rejoining now. Get back into game as fast as possible. So, yeah. Had to happen at some point. It's post-scriptum after all. Okay. Just waiting to get back into game. We're loading in. Hit the screen for a second because obviously... actually, I don't know why. Because you guys can't see the password anyway, so... Loading back into game. Trying to... Oh, mortars are in the air. Oh, so there is actually 2 mortars and 2 mortars for both teams. That's good to see. That's a nice way to see all the mortars. Alright, well, I'm rushing back over to the cap. Did the cap fall? I'm still waiting for the assets to load. I'm still waiting for all the flags to load. JTF, looks like they're holding on. There's an abandoned tank below me, apparently. There is an abandoned P2. So at some point, the P2 was abandoned. Not quite sure what happened there. JTF just holding on by the skin of their teeth to this cap. But Coalition Francophone still throwing bodies uncontested through the north. B1 arriving on scene now. B1 arriving on scene. Oh, no, it's not B1, sorry. It's a Renault 35 arriving on scene. JTF funneling bodies forward. They're doing a good job holding on to this cap. 46 minutes left. Did I get placed on the same team? I'm still on the JTF team. Good. Just making sure. JTF managing to hold on. A great grenade there. Triple kill with that grenade. Whoever threw that grenade there. Triple kill. Renault 35 doing a good job driving around these little alleys here. Trying to clear out the infantry the best he can. If I was JTF, I would actually leave that P2 alive. Which would mean Coalition Francophone can only use 2 more tanks. Because obviously you can only have 3 tanks active on the field at any time. So if I was JTF, I would consider leaving that tank alive. So Coalition Francophone are forced to have a limit. You can see a Hotchkiss and Renault 35 side by side now. Meanwhile, there's a tank battle going on over here in the south. What a B1 taking on the P38. B1 is getting snuck on by Splatter. And this is going to be the end of the B1. The B1 goes down. Splatter with those AT mines. The B1 baited, no infantry support. It was trying to take out the tank in the south here. But with no infantry support, the B1 takes out Just like that. And look at this from Coalition Francophone. They already have a squad sitting on the 5th and final cap. We've spoken about it all game of how strong Coalition Francophone are in terms of speed and ferocity. They don't give the defenders time to breathe or rest. We just seen it in perfect examples in this game. Renault 35 and the Hotchkiss doing a good job here. Charles literally eats a shot there as he goes flying. Coalition Francophone have a squad flanking round on the south here. They're actually funneling more infantry into the 5th cap. Coalition Francophone doing a good job here. Let's just zoom out to see where the approach is coming from. You can see Coalition Francophone have flanked all the way around to the 5th and final cap village. Holding on. The message has just come out. JTF held on to that cap, so they've held on to the 5th cap. JTF doing a good job here, but this is a lot of infantry over on this FOB. There's a whole squad from JTF on a German FOB. All they need is a Pioneer or a bomb on it. That's a lot of defending infantry, not on the cap. Mamard saving that MSP from earlier that we spoke about. He's getting it forward. He knows that FOB's gone down, so they need a spawn on the northern side of the map. FOB goes down. FOB is driving very close to the French MSP driving very close to the French MSP here. Mamard might even spot it. It's literally right in front of Mamard. Scrub just spawned on it. That's going to give it away. Yeah, Mamard running straight towards the MSP now. He saw Scud. And Coalition Francophone with a big push coming in from the south of cap as well. Completely surrounding the 4th cap here. P38 moving in as well. It's going to try to deal with the Hotchkiss. The Hotchkiss can win a fight with the P38, but the P38 has the advantage of being behind the Hotchkiss at the moment. The Renault 35 can also win the fight against the P38. But if the P38 gets on the road, it's able to shoot the Renault right in the back. That is going to be game. And artillery coming down. Well-placed artillery. That's actually two. That's both teams using artillery at the same time. The P2 got destroyed. It got hit directly with an artillery barrage. The Renault 35 and the Hotchkiss took minor damage. They're on about 70-80% health. I see a battle going on over here now. You see that French MSP did get destroyed. Tofu has spotted the German MSP, though. Can he take it out? Oh, unfortunately there for Tofu. Black Sheep just spawned with an MG along with the rest of his squad. They spotted Tofu as he was running up. So Tofu, yeah, he goes down. He did spot the MSP. He's going to be able to call it out for his team. Maybe his team can get a Spitfire or a bombing run to come on it. The Hotchkiss goes down. Meanwhile, the Hotchkiss was flanked by the P38. The Hotchkiss goes down. Renault 35. Can the Renault 35 get revenge on the P38? The Renault 35 can win this fight. See the P38 very low in health. Renault trying to make sure he doesn't get behind, and the Renault gets the kill there. Spectra and Willies taking out the P38. On the cap itself, Coalition Francophone have infantry supremacy. That's the word. We got there eventually, chat. We got there. Coalition Francophone have infantry supremacy on the cap at this point. They're going to be neutralizing. My camera is super fast right now for some reason. You can see JTF still have a rally nearby, but that rally's under grenade fire. Menu getting a kill there, and the perfect grenade landed right on top of Kiffy and that rally. That means JTF have no... Okay, that means JTF have no infantry on the cap. And Coalition Francophone with their commander, you can see the cap has been just taken. That commander speeding up the process. That means we're on to the final cap now. Time 55 minutes. Pretty safe to say you could bet your money on Coalition Francophone to win the game at this point. They've got over a 200 ticket lead. We're on to the final cap. Coalition Francophone already have infantry on the 5th and final cap. You can see they've been a nuisance here. They've just taken out a Renault 35. Splatter there, taking it out. Coalition Francophone already have infantry on this cap. They're pushing forward. Artillery coming down a little bit late on that 4th cap. And the tanks are actually running away, chased away by infantry at this point. As you can see, the red tidal wave pushing forward here from Coalition Francophone. Renault 38 trying to drive away and defend its rear here. The Honourable Fisher gets sprayed down by that machine gun there. JTF. A lot of JTF infantry. You can see they had to spawn all the way back at their main base. They have no spawns up on the field at this point, aside from their main base and any rallies they get down. They have that one French MSP that's already been spotted. You see, Vig from Coalition Francophone spotted that French MSP. He tried to take it out. He did a bunch of damage. Look at all the splash damage he did with a grenade. So that MSP under pressure. Another Renault 35 coming out. The best tank in the game. Artillery coming down on the north. That will be JTF artillery trying to stop the wave coming in. Got a little bit of splash damage. No real kills, though. And Coalition Francophone looking like they're moving in to seal the kill here. Just open up the map. You can see they're encircling on every single approach. They're coming in from the east, the south, the north, the west. Every single approach. We've got Coalition Francophone pushing in. Stuka coming in. I think I know where that Stuka is going to be placed, maybe. Oh, no. Actually, not sure what that Stuka was placed on, actually. Maybe an old MSP placement? I'm surprised JTF didn't relocate this MSP, knowing its location is compromised. You can see Vic moving in to finish off the kill from the MSP that he spotted earlier. Coalition Francophone have already taken the northeastern side of Village de Shares. JTS scrambling with their defense as best as they can. Vic, returning. Seam is also here, drove a Kubelwagen. That MSP is now hot. JTF can't spawn on it. I'm surprised Seam didn't spot this rally. This rally is very exposed. He must be able to see this rally as well. Frank Carter trying to save the MSP, trying to flank behind. You've got Turpitz also trying to get to the MSP to save it. Ooh, Turpitz just missing the kill there. Vig had the MG, so he was always going to win that fight close up. You give him the advantage there. Coalition Francophone slowly starting to wrap south. They found a rally. That's another defender spawn going offline. Coalition Francophone slowly taking majority on this cap. All the spawns from JTF have been cut out. You got to say it's just a matter of time at this point. We've got a tank battle going on late in this stage of the fight. We've got I believe it's a Renault 35. Renault 35 is going up against a P38 and also another tank further behind. We've got Black Sheep as well, flanking the Renault. He's got the tractor on the board. Oh, the Renault 38 trying to take out the tractor. Black Sheep flanking around. The Renault 35 outnumbered here, and the tractor goes down. One kill for the Renault 35. Can it win the rest of its engagements? It's now in fight with the second German tank as the P38 left the battle because that was low on health. Renault 35 doing a good job. It held its own against the tractor. It scared away the P38. Now it's P3 versus Renault 35. Great work there by Harkin and Mendy. 3 versus 1. And they managed to hold out in that Renault 35. Coalition Francophone have got infantry supremacy over the cap. The cap is slowly starting to be neutralized at this point. I can tell you that in good knowledge. French MSP over here called in, trying to funnel infantry onto the point. Artillery, hard to say whose artillery this is at this point. I believe it's actually Cole FR artillery. I could be wrong. It's actually hard to tell whose artillery is at this point. Everything is becoming very, very mixed together. The Renault 35 still fighting the P3. The Chapter 2 tank battles are really something else. They're there isn't a huge lot of like excitement with them. You don't really get a lot of one-shot potentials with them. Oh, did my game crash again? Almost. The Renault 35 doing a good job there. It won its battle 3 versus 1. The P38 ran away. The cap has been neutralized by Coalition Francophone. You can see Squad 5 here from Coalition Francophone is cutting off the reinforcements from JTF. So the game is going to be over any moment, I imagine. JTF can't get bodies onto cap. The MSP is hot. Artillery coming down on cap as well. P38 driving forward here. Cutting off the JTF reinforcements. Any second now, the game is going to be over. The cap is going to be taken, and that will be the 5th and final cap. 35 tickets left for JTF as well. So that will be Coalition Francophone going comfortably through to the semi-finals, winning both matches against JTF in the first round of the elimination bracket. JTF now go play against LBF in the quarterfinals for their chance to break back into the semi-finals. Great game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I enjoyed it. Kind of chill. I'm sorry for the crash halfway through. Not much I can really do about that. It's just one of them things. GGs are being called in chat. They know it's game. Good spirit by both teams. I'm glad both teams held out to the end. They played well together. Great spirits. The MSP getting destroyed at the last second there. So, another great game in the Season 3 ladder. It continues. We're moving on to the second bracket of the elimination phase now. Coming to an end. We've already seen 2 teams leave, being eliminated. In the next phase, we're going to see 2 more teams leave. We're coming to an end. The later stages of the season. Man, I hope all you guys are enjoying it. I've been enjoying it. I hope you guys have been enjoying Season 3 as much as I've been enjoying Season 3. JD they've actually managed to push Coalition Francophone off the cap time being, but they only have 23 tickets left. Coalition Francophone, I think, just kind of stopped their attack and they just started driving around. Come on, Renault 35, finish the job. Get it. I believe. Can the Renault 35 finish off the job? It's right there. P38, Renault 35. A bounce from the Renault. Come on, Renault. I believe. That's a tree. Renault 35 giving chase. Oh, no. He got stuck. I want to see the Renault. I want to see Harkin and Mendy here. This is consolation. This is like a consolation prize. Good hit there. Ooh, almost took out. One more hit takes it out. One more hit. And there he gets it. He won the fight. It was 3v1. And Harkin and Mendy, they took out the tractor. They took out the P3. And they took out the P38. Consolation prize there for JTF. As there is literally no one alive on cap now apart from 2 Coalition Francophone infantrymen. There is no one alive on cap. Everyone's been taken out by artillery and smokes. 12 tickets left for JTF. Renault just doing drive-bys the best it can through the field. T Wood went flying then, man. Man, the Renault 35 is by far one of the most fun tanks to drive in the game. It's so agile and nimble. It's I I want to know what it's like in the armor overhaul. I hope it's still as fun to drive in the armor overhaul. Harkin and Mende taking the consolation prize. You see Cole FR getting bodies onto the count, trying to finish the job here at the late stages with 9 tickets left. It really doesn't matter. Oh
no.
GG guys.
GG.
Good effort.
GG. We have the fromage.
So that is Collision Francophone with a victory there. JTF need to battle into the quarterfinals now, or the phase 2, whatever you want to call it. Sorry. Congratulations to Cole FR. They're going to be fighting into the semi-finals now. As always, if you watch this on YouTube, remember to like, remember to subscribe, and drop by the Twitch anytime. Appreciate the support as always. YouTube audience, take care and bye-bye to my Twitch boys.